This is Mr. Kez, a male kestrel with a near impossible task. His mate disappeared yesterday, and if their chicks are going to survive, he'll have to defy the textbooks. Female kestrels are the primary caregivers for the chicks, keeping them warm and tit-bit feeding them. And with her gone, the male just doesn't know how to fill this role. Mrs. Kez vanished last night, and when she hadn't returned 10 hours later, I intervened, taking the 6 chicks out for a health check. 3 were small, cold and weak, and needed to be cared for. But I put the 3 stronger chicks back in the nest in a bid to keep them wild. Mr. Kez has got a tough job on his hands, and I'm keeping a close eye to see how he's getting on. When the chicks won't take food, his next instinct is to brood them. You can tell he's not had practice. They're now 1 week old, and brooding is normally the female's role. He's unsettled and heads out, as if looking for his lost mate. He returns to the nest with a vole, and the young kestrels call frantically. He shunts the rodent closer to the chicks, but he makes no effort to tear it up for them. They're starving. They're still far too small to feed themselves, but they're trying. And Mr. Kez still isn't getting the message. Meanwhile, up in my studio, it's time to feed the smallest chicks again. I've only had them in with me for a few hours, but they're already looking so much better. I'm really hoping I can get these chicks back into the wild. I've just got to hope Mr. Kez learns how to feed those chicks. Back at the nest, Mr. Kez returns with another vole. And when they don't take it, he starts tearing it up and offering them smaller morsels. This is an encouraging start. He's realised they're hungry. But he's impatient. He hasn't quite mastered it yet. In the afternoon, I head down to feed the chicks myself. They haven't had a meal since I took them out this morning, so they're really hungry. I'm careful not to give them too much. I still want them to call for food. And I don't stay long. I don't want to put Mr. Kez off. I leave, and he's soon back to the chicks. He broods them, but he's restless. He just can't seem to get comfortable. At the entrance, he calls for his mate. It's tough to watch. As he flies off, the chicks are alone once again. But at dusk, Mrs. Kez miraculously returns. The chicks perk up as they hear her outside. She's been gone over 20 hours, but she doesn't enter the nest. And when the tawny owl calls, she bolts off. It's such unusual behaviour. In previous years, she's taken on any threats to protect her own. Without their mother to brood them overnight, they're vulnerable to predators and could die if they get cold. As darkness falls, there's no sign of the male either. So I collect the chicks from the nest. They'll be safer with me overnight. So it's 5 AM in the morning and I've got the 3 biggest kestrel chicks with me. So I'm heading down to the nest now and just hoping Mrs. Kez comes back today. It's only 20 minutes before the male returns with a vole. The chicks don't immediately grab it, and he looks a bit unsure. He settles for the safe option, brooding again. He seems confident with this task now. Later, Mr. Kez comes in with a special catch, a lizard. The lizard is thinner and easier to swallow, and the chick guzzles it down whole. This is incredible to watch, and it seems like a light bulb moment for Mr. Kez, and he heads out for more. He comes back in with purpose, sets the mouse down, and starts tearing it up for the chicks. It's absolutely magic. Against all the odds, this male kestrel has learnt how to feed his chicks. They've still got a long way to go, but with Mr. Kes to care for them, I think these chicks have got a good chance of survival. Next time, Mr. Kes settles into his new role and the chicks grow fast. Soon, with a bit of help from me, it's time to get the younger chicks back into the nest. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to see more. Here's a taste of what you'll enjoy seeing on this channel.